about to go over to my mom's and do some tasks for her around her yard and the garage. And then I'm also going to pick up all of the stuff that she has for me for our new house. But first, I'm going to show you guys how I make a pumpkin cream cold brew at home. It's one of my favorite drinks from Starbucks, and every year when they release it, I have to get at least one. But then I'm always reminded how sweet it actually is, and I don't like things that are overly sweet. And so I make a version that is very similar, but it's a lot more pumpkiny. And as John described it, he tried it the other day and he said, "This tastes healthy." So I'm going to show you guys what I do to make my pumpkin cream cold brew at home. So we got all the supplies here. I love drinking coffee out of mason jars, and I saw this one when I was at Giant Eagle today. This is their Ball's anniversary mason jar. I just love the little details on here. So first we need a couple of ice cubes. And then this is my little cold brew maker. I grinded the coffee beans and made everything last night, so it was prepped for today. Pour in your cold brew. So I start off just putting some raw local honey at the bottom. This is what makes it sweet, but not overly sweet. I learned this the other day, but metal can denature the enzymes in honey. So I've been trying to use like plastic or wood utensils to get the honey out. Then next we're going to add in a little splash of vanilla extract. And these are not exact measurements. I just eyeball it every single time. Cinnamon. This is my giant bag of cinnamon. Some cinnamon in the cream mixture, and then we're going to add more on top once we're done. And then next we add the pumpkin. I typically do like a tablespoon of pumpkin puree. And then next we're adding the whipping cream. I usually use about an ounce of whipping cream in my cold foam recipes. Again, just guessing how much here. No need for exact measurements. And then we mix it up. I'm just using a handheld electric milk frother whisk thing. And then we just top with some more cinnamon. Oops, that was a lot. And there you have it, pumpkin cream cold brew at home. So I'm back at our Airbnb that we were staying at back in, I think it was July, and then we booked it for another 3 weeks before we realized we were going to sign a lease. And so yesterday we drove down, got the keys, and then now I'm back up here to do a few things around my hometown. And we also left a bunch of our stuff here because we just took our basic necessities down to the house. So I had to grab everything else, and then my mom also has been storing some stuff, like some of my nice mugs and vases and glass pieces that we're so excited to put into our house. So I'm back here for a couple days, like 48 hours. I'm gonna take you guys along to some of my favorite spots in my hometown. So starting off with my favorite restaurant probably ever here is Hunan by the Falls. Let's see what we got in here. Spring rolls, bunch of sauces. Probably white rice, and then there should be pot stickers. I didn't check the order before I put it in the car, and that's kind of risky. See, that's rice. Oh, yes, pot stickers. I was worried. These are my favorite thing ever. All right, and then we got some beef how fun. Yes, that is the menu item. This is Hunan style fried rice and some General Tso's chicken. Pot sticker sauce. My mouth is watering right now. How I've gone in there, it's been the same couple like running the register. I think they might be the owners, but when my family was younger and we used to order from here all the time, we would order so many pot stickers that the lady would call my mom the dumpling lady. So today is probably the worst day ever that you could go get ice cream. It's like 60 degrees and raining, but this was my last chance for the summer season to get my favorite ice cream ever. Um, we're at Dairy Island right now, and this is what I got. It's called the ET Sundae, which stands for Elaine Street. And the thing that I think is really interesting is when we were traveling last summer in Michigan, we went to a place called the Dairy Lodge, and their special was the Cosmo Cone. So now two of our favorite ice cream places have specialty ice cream treats that are the same names as our cats. All right, so in here we've got vanilla custard, hot fudge, peanut butter sauce, crushed Reese's Pieces, and there was just a mountain of whipped cream and a cherry on top that was going to fall off if I didn't eat it right away. All right, I'm going to show you what I got at the fruit farms today. So our first stop was Eddy Fruit Farm. This is where I did the You Pick apples. I did pick out some Honeycrisp from their market because this is just my favorite type of apple, and they were pretty much all gone from the trees where you go to pick them. But I definitely wanted to pick up some fresh Honeycrisp. And then in here, these are all of the apples that I picked. Let's see, we have, I think this is Elf Star. I don't know that I've ever had that kind of apple. But then we also have some Macintosh and some Gala apples in here. This whole bag was about $11. I think it was $1.85 a pound. Next up was Patterson Fruit Farm. This is a place that I went with my family growing up all the time, and their apple cider is just the best. So I got half a gallon of the apple cider, pure Patterson's maple syrup. I'm very excited to put this in my coffee. I don't know if you've ever tried the viral olive oil maple syrup caramel, but I tried it once and it was so good, so I'm gonna use this to make that again. And then earlier this morning, I was talking about getting something to spoon out my honey that wasn't metal, and they had one of these little tools at Patterson's, so I picked one up. I feel like their market wasn't as full as it usually is during the fall. Usually I go in and there's so much fall decor. It's super busy. The line for the bakery is like into the next room. But it was pretty empty today and they didn't have a ton of pumpkins. It is only September 6th, so I'm wondering if it's just like a little early for them to have the whole fall display set up. But overall, I'm really glad I went because I haven't been to those places in years. So that's all for my little fruit farm haul, and I will see you guys tomorrow before I check out and leave the Airbnb. Okay, so I'm all checked out of the Airbnb. I got everything in the car, and I'm about to head to an antique store. I've never been to any antique stores in Chagrin before. I kind of fell in love with vintage things and everything during, no, after college, probably end of college, after college. So I've never gone to an antique store in Chagrin, and I'm just gonna pop in there and see what they have. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit anything in the car, but we shall see. Just kidding. I forgot my leftover ice cream in the freezer and I was going to bring it on the road with me. Okay, now we are. I'm going to show you what I picked up from the antique store. There was a beautiful red and blue and gold vintage rug, but it was $300, so I did not pick it up. I was so tempted, but I'm gonna keep searching like on Facebook Marketplace and Etsy to see if I can find any that are any cheaper. I always like to look at different things and compare options before I just buy the first thing that I see. Um, but the store had amazing records. So if I am ever in Sharon, I'm definitely coming back here. I lost some in my move last year when we moved out of our apartments before we moved in the trailer. Um, and so I picked up some that I've been eyeing for a really long time. So first up, we have Stevie Nicks. And this is one I've been searching for a long time. I know I could probably just order online or on eBay or something, but I love going to record stores and finding them myself. And this is a vintage Abbey Road. I'm so excited about this one because it's one of my favorite albums ever. And Rolling Stones. I had a Rolling Stones Greatest Hits album that I ordered off of Amazon. That was like the first record I ordered when I got my grandpa's record player, which I no longer have, so I'll have to get another record player in order to play these. And then this is one that got lost. Simon and Garfunkel Greatest Hits. Love this one. And then the last thing I got was this pretty little mirror. Thinking about hanging it in one of our hallways or in my room. But I loved the frame on this. So yeah, that is everything I got at the antique store. I'm going to figure out where in the car to put this and then head back to the house. So thank you guys for watching or coming along with me during this 48 hours in my hometown. I hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you in the next one.